the Chad remake versus the Virgin remaster. I guarantee that you've seen some lazy-ass remaster of a game too young to warrant it on some next-gen console, and you're probably not even going to buy it or even care, but you should. Care, not buy it. Don't buy that shit. So whenever these lazy-ass game companies spit their games back into relevance, they're actually playing 5D, big brain, 400 IQ chess.
Yeah, this is big brain time.
Was that the...
Now, unless Activision released it, games usually go down in price the longer they've been out. For game companies, this is doo-doo, piss pants, shit cum, no garbage, bad time. So to make more money, they just remaster some like old game they've made that they don't even bother to care for. See, the title remaster actually like implies that there's like a leap in graphics and like something's gonna be changed or to make the game as good as it was supposed to. What we get though is just the same game but maybe better lighting effects. When you actually get a company that cares about the remaster, that tries to like make the game how it was supposed to look, you get the Wind Waker remake. It's the exact same game, same animation, same gameplay, but Nintendo actually like bothered to make stuff actually better for the game. Overall textures, better quality of life improvements, and most importantly, the cell shading. Put these two together and it's night and cell shaded day. That's a shading pun. What also made the remake a bit better is that they actually bothered like having a time span between the remaster. Like the remaster came out in 2013, so Wind Waker was already 11 years old. So it was an old game that it needed kind of that to make it more playable. Even though, I mean, GameCube's fine. What's my point? I don't know, but so it's better how long it took to come out because then it warranted a remaster instead of just some port from GameCube to Wii. And that makes sense. This one doesn't. Twilight Princess is a fucking disaster of a remake. It's the same game, same everything. Why does it exist? It looks the exact same. It like, compare the two, it's not that different. I don't know why it came out. And what makes it worse is that like, at least with Wind Waker, you can't play the GameCube on the Wii U. That makes sense. You can just play it on the Wii, which there's a reason for that, but Twilight Princess was simultaneously released on the Wii, which can be played on the Wii U, so you can play the original on the Wii U, so you don't need that. Why? So that means that back to back to back, the game has been released every single console, which Shadow of the Colossus. Shadow of the Colossus has been released, remastered, and then remade the exact same way that Twilight Princess did, but they just kept, why they put so much work into the same game for no reason. How hard would it have been to just port the game and then made like something else besides that? See, if you're a fan like me of original games, this can be kind of infuriating because it's just the same shit released every single, I don't know what this motion's supposed to. It's annoying. To really move on to the worst shit, let's go to the joke devs of the century.
I'm gonna make video games and everyone's gonna play them. And everyone's gonna play them. You dork. Go back to the chess club. Who's laughing now?
Don't! Hold up, turn around. What's so funny?
So clearly Bethesda wants you to be aware of Skyrim considering they've released it 8 separate times.
Did I ever tell you the definition of the...
But then they took the original Skyrim game off the Steam library, so if you want to buy just the base game, you literally can't.
Change the world by Final message. Goodbye.
And you're forced to just play the remastered version, which does not look much better and with worse audio. And the original Skyrim version has had years of like modding to make the game look fantastic with ray tracing, with actual like well-made animations and new shit.
Oh damn! What the fuck was?
Hey, I'm Grump.
I'm not so gay.
Some games don't even hide the fact that they're just re-releasing games for new consoles. Like with the Switch, we got the BioShock collection and the Borderlands collection, which are really cool. They're just, it's the same game, clearly. There's not enough time for a graphical jump to make it look any better, especially on the Switch, which is pretty much equal to the Xbox 360. So they just released all three in one kind of package and with a huge deal for it, and that's amazing. It's so much better than the take that, say, From Software is doing, where they make Skyrim remastered.
Nope, you are
Faggots, come the fuck on!
Not Skyrim, fuck. Dark Souls remastered, which is the same game, but they doubled the price. So let's compare this hellhole of remasters to just remakes in general, which are amazing. The greatest example are the Zelda remakes, not remasters, done by Grezzo. The newest one is Link's Awakening, and it looks so good. They managed to change the art style completely while also like keeping the core like feel of the game, because they're making it more cartoony, but the lighthearted feel matches what it's like to play on a small ass Game Boy like 50 years ago, 40 years ago. We live in a society. And they also did that with Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, which I've heard complaints that they've destroyed the original like kind of art style with the remakes, but I kind of actually like that because they're doing something new rather than just adding more flame animations to Dark Souls and making it $40. And not only do they improve the graphics and the feel of the game, they also just improve just like quality of life even more for these games, because not only do you get like more item slots using the 3DS touchscreen.
No, man, get out of here.
You also get more buttons to use because the N64 controller should go up my ass. But overall, the gameplay completely is pretty similar. Like, see, Link's Awakening is still a top-down 2D Zelda game, just with the graphics of a 3D game. And the Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time remakes, you still have just the core gameplay, walking around using the bumper for the camera. It's all the same. And this is actually taken a step further by Square Enix, who remade Seiken Densetsu 3 or Trials of Mana for the Switch and everything. And it's pretty good. See, the original Trials of Mana was pretty much just a Link to the Past kind of game, top-down 2D kind of fighting game, action RPG. I know my games. I'm a gamer. What sets apart the remake from the remaster is that not only does the remake have 3D graphics, but also the gameplay is completely changed from Link to the Past to Final Fantasy 15. It's so much better that they did this, and it's just a breath of fresh air to change a game completely while also keeping everything that made the original unique and good. Like, the story is still pretty good. The voice acting, although I like that they add it, sucks balls. Hey, what up? It's Flavortown from the Editing Bay, aka Anyway, fuck. So I tried to just make a bit where I like talk about the voice acting, and like at the end just make a bit where I just like clip someone saying the N-word and putting that in the video, like a shitty ass like Japanese translation of the N-word. I couldn't find one, so this bit's not gonna make any sense. I'm not gonna bother editing it out because I need more runtime for views. So, bruh. I feel like Square Enix knew what they were doing, because with the Final Fantasy VII remake, they also brought the combat from Final Fantasy 15 to that. So with Final Fantasy VII, they did the same thing, but the games are pretty different that it's passable. Like, they've changed a SNES game to like a cartoon JRPG and a cartoon JRPG from the PlayStation to a photorealistic, beautiful kind of, I don't know if I'm gonna do tracking on my hand to make that not cover up the game. Make my hand visible over the gameplay. What's my script? And the fact that these two games are different make it seem less repetitive with remakes from Square Enix, because they're not the same game. It's fresh, and it's original. What I don't like is Resident Evil remaking their games every single couple years with no original ones. Just keep remaking the same shit with the same gameplay. We've already seen it. I don't care.
Cringe!
I like that Village is getting released, but these remakes, I don't give a shit for 4 or 5 or even the 6. Actually, that 6 remake would be pretty. But those, no, I don't want the same remakes over and over. It starts getting stale. It starts looking like the remaster thing, how stale that gets, compared to the remakes that should be completely different. So if they get repetitive, they're both as bad as each other. None is better. If they're boring as fuck and I don't care about them, Capcom, suck my dick. But when they're really good, when they're actually good remasters and good remakes, you cannot compare a good remaster to a good remake, because one's just much inherently better. Because for the remaster, we've already played that exact game a few console generations behind. It's just so much better to have kind of like the same game, but also much newer when it's done right. And with all that hype, I'm talking about the Demon's Souls remake. I've already talked about it. I've already talked about how much I already love it from the 10 minutes of gameplay I've been given, from screenshots and the trailer. But it looks it looks so good. Ray tracing. I wish I could play it on PC, but I'm buying a PS4. I've already talked about it, but words cannot describe how much hype there is around the Demon's Souls remake. So with that, see how much hype there is between the Demon's Souls remake. Even though the game has been out for decades, I could not give less of a shit about the original Demon's Souls game. And if they remastered it, no one, I doubt anyone would care. Maybe they would care that Sony still acknowledges Demon's Souls, because they haven't done shit with the IP. So it's just so much more boring compared to completely revamping the entire game, pretty much. The art style, the core style stays the same, but they grow upon from that and make it just, it looks, So what was this video all about? Why did I bother making this? Well, I'm just saying, remasters are shit. Remakes are good unless they're shit. So either remake a good game and do it well, or make new games. Please, I'm tired of all these re-releases, all this bullshit that keep getting crammed into my face with the same game, just with a new console generation, and they don't even, as a PC game. I cannot give less of a shit to remasters, because I've already played them. And unless they remove from the Steam store like cunts, I can already play the game. I don't need the same game re-released with a higher price tag. It's annoying, and I don't care. Also, subscribe. I don't know if I recorded this video in 1080p or 4K, so this might just look like garbage, but I'm not gonna bother re-recording it, because it's gonna cross my line, and it's not gonna be as good, because that's how I make videos. Don't know what this is.
Dude, he makes awesome videos. Come on, man. Give him a chance.